This is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, August 20th, 21st, 22nd, day 37, 38, and 39 of our travel. On Monday morning, we left for the Joggins Fossil Cliff Center in Joggins, Nova Scotia. It's on the Bay of Fundy. We took the 30-minute tour of the fossil cliffs, and we learned a lot about the area, which was coal mines in early 1900s. High tide was an hour before we got there, and we walked the beach at the tide when the tide went back out. The tour guide said the tide's so strong, if you get in the water, you'll be pulled under. So we didn't do that. I found a little bit of sea glass, which I'm going to try to make a wire necklace. So I have that as a memento. And you'll see the pictures of that. I had put some on Facebook too. On Tuesday, I worked mostly on researching quilt shops for our travels down through Maine. And Randy got the van ready to go back to Maine to pick up our stuff at the storage unit. We're sad to leave Nova Scotia. We had a wonderful time. I went to Mrs. Pugsley's Emporium quilt shop in downtown Amherst that afternoon, and that was basically our day. Tuesday. Wednesday, we left Amherst early in the morning for Calais, Maine, and back to the States. It was drizzly rain and cloudy most of the 238 miles. And we still saw beautiful scenery in New Brunswick. We arrived at the border a little before noon. We had no problem going through, although the Border Patrol did open our camper and go in and walk around our camper, but he didn't open any doors or anything or any cupboards. Just want to know what we got, and we told him, and that was fine. We stopped at Yancey's restaurant in Calais and got some lunch, and got to the storage unit and loaded up all our Happy Scrap stuff back into the van and got back. It just was rainy, drizzly, and 65 degrees. So we watched a movie at night and went to bed.
The second thing you're looking for is imprints in the rock, so like a footprint or the remaining of something along there, just like up in that corner there. So that is a piece of sigillaria. So sigillaria is actually a low elevation tree, but it has this kind of snake skin-like impression along the outside there. That's kind of like the bark that we have on trees today is what it looked like. Back then it was known as lignum, which is the same idea. It's a hard shell around the image of the tree there. A lot darker than these rocks that we're seeing back here. Here also is just calcium. You can see like these little bits along here, for example. Those are a little bit of shells that have been pushed into these rocks there. So a lot of the aquatic creatures during this time did have shells on them, and the actual creature itself would have rotted and it would like fade away, but the shells themselves would remain, so they get layered into these rocks. Now here is a bit more water-worn piece of clam coal, and you can actually see the shells sticking right.
Okay, we're at the Bay of Fundy in Joggins, Nova Scotia. We just did a little tour. We're just a little past high tide, so it's just on its way out. Depending on the day of the year, high tides can go as high as, you see these steps here, they can go as high as, they can totally cover up those steps. And then he said, today, low tide, the water's edge will be another 350 meters. Is that what he said, Julie? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 350 meters out. That's in another 4 or 5 hours, though. The high tides are different almost every day. The highest tide they've had will come all the way up here and go up most of this cliff.
Bay of Fundy at low tide. Amazing. We were down there this morning and it was way up. Now, you couldn't see any of those rocks out there. Look at it. That is totally amazing. I've never seen a tide like this. Incredible. This is the Joggins, Bay of Fundy Joggins Fossil Center. There's the Bay of Fundy in here.